People use Twitch desktop, like the app? This is news to me. What? Oh, the desktop. There's an app? I think so. I haven't updated my phone app, so I still have the old one. Why did my tablet turn off? Fucking, ugh. I hope Punchy dies. Dies. If he died, I genuinely would not give a fuck. I would not. I literally would not care. I would actually be so glad because then there's not hair everywhere. Oh, I need to take a picture of what her cards look like. 1 second, I need to open my game. He's annoying, I'm allergic, and he's dirty. I don't leave hair everywhere. Explain why I'm nice to him, I'm not. I just tolerate him. Me when I'm pulling out of the driveway and I feel a little bump. What does Ciel's cards look like? I might have to go... Hold on, I might have to go get in battle. Maybe somewhere here? Like the dad that doesn't want a puppy? Yeah, but I genuinely do not like him. Does he scratch me? No. He's just gross. I mean, he's leaving hair everywhere. I'm allergic. He gets cat litter everywhere. I need to find a battle thing. It's annoying. Hopefully he'll die of a tumor soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, kitty. Bye-bye, kitty. I'm sorry, I need to take a screenshot of Ciel's cards. Skip turn. Probably like this, but brighter. Second.
Your turn to dance.
That is not animal cruelty to hope a pet dies of a tumor.
Not today.
That's just regular cruelty. There we go. I mean, to be like completely honest, I think if Yon died, I would be a little bit sad and I'd be over it. at the end, I mean, I don't really, I don't know. I think even if my dad had died, I would be like, I would be a little sad, and then I would be over it. Remember, I mean, remember when I told that story of my dying grandpa? My mom was on the phone with him because he was dying, and we were in Canada at the time, and then he was dying. So my mom goes like, Grandpa's dying and he really wants to hear your voice on the phone one more time before he dies. And then I said no. And I was like 8. And then he died. Bye bye. And then he died, yeah. Well, I didn't really know him that much. Rip Grandpa. Move this next to here. What about people I know for a really long time? Well, I have to wait for them to die to find out how I would actually react. Gina, rip Gina. I think part of it is because it's so... Maybe it's because of my attitude towards death it's like acceptance of it. I think I actually feel the same way about myself dying. Is that if it happens, it just happens. Because I'm so pragmatic. Because I remember it was really vivid. And I think it was, yeah, people, like, it's literally just, yeah, people die. You kind of just have to deal with it. You'll be sad, yeah, but it's very normal. Okay, so it was, you know how I, like, remember all my dreams super vividly and stuff? There was one dream I had where I was, like, I think I was, holding hands with a little kid, and then I was crossing the road, and right before I was crossing the road, I looked to my left and there was a giant truck that was about to hit me, and my last thoughts, and it felt really real, my last thoughts were just like, oh well. Literally, no, it wasn't even like a no, there's so much, it was just like, oh well, bye. Okay. That's just life. You can't control some of the things that happen. And you can't control preserving people's life. Bye-bye. Thanks, A. Shiro-kun. I don't know, your mileage may vary. TBH. Will I deal with grief? I mean, I also think that's why of all the bad things that happened to me, when I look back, I'm like, it really wasn't that big of a deal. Because my attitude is very, it happened, there's not anything I can do about it. Can I learn something from it? If yes, sure. Learn, move on. Because I'm very logical. Like a robot almost. But then the bad part of that is, the downside of that is it makes it hard for me to empathize with people, especially when I'm like, why don't you just XYZ? Just do this. So I had to learn how to not do that as I got older. It's like, okay, you just need to... They just want you... They just want to vent. Thanks, lesbians. Some people need that help. Yeah, but then it's like up to your judgment what you want to say to them. But I had to learn how to be less of an apathetic asshole. Apathetic asshole. Yeah. Apathetic and apathetic asshole. Thanks, Batmanu. But then it's not hard once you just like get it. That's why it's fun to sometimes pick the silly dialogue in real life options. Because I don't think life needs to be taken that seriously. Yeah, you have free will. Do whatever you want. Just be ready to face the consequences. I mean, that also has to do with how, you remember yesterday what I was talking about is like, if you didn't get something that you worked for, generally speaking, my attitude towards that is you didn't work hard enough. For example, drawing. Your drawing sucks, do better. You need to improve more. You suck. That's all in your power to draw better. Obviously, I'm not talking about if you don't have an arm and you're missing both legs. Very pragmatic. I was just typing on my chin. What if I don't have limbs? What if I don't like beans? But what if I'm bald? Your dad died in a bean silo collapse? I'm so sorry to hear that. Your issue is you'd rather not put in the work to get good at drawing, you're too lazy. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like someone who can recognize that they're lazy instead of blaming things that they can control. Or instead of blaming, like constantly blaming things that they say are out of their control but actually aren't. That's why hard work when it comes to grinding a skill is so, to me, very respectable. That's why people who are skilled at things, that's the most attractive thing. That's very attractive. Thanks, Isaac, dude. Did I stop learning piano? I don't have a piano. I think I'm not making time to do it right now, though. Just drawing and reading. Is it more the hard work or actual skill? There is no such thing as skill without hard work. Talent is only the measure of how fast you grind that skill. It's your EXP multiplier. Yeah, that's a wisdom check. Her bones have been shaken. Yeah, XP, weekend XP boost. Double XP weekends, guys. I'll add this later. Thanks, massive cat. You don't see much difference between 17 and 25? I don't know how to tell you this, but that may be a skill diff. Because 2 years ago, when I thought back to myself 2 years ago, I already felt very different. I think every 2 years I have felt like a different person. As in, like, I look back at my previous 2-year self as being very naive and stupid. Yeah, let me hold your hand when I say this, honey. The reason for that, maybe because you haven't experienced much variation in your life, or you haven't really been utilizing your noggin. So if every day what you do is you wake up, go to work, go to school, go home, sleep, and you don't have any hobbies, or even if you do have hobbies, you just kind of like, you don't engage your brain in a studious manner to like reflect on, it doesn't even have to be like reflecting on moral themes of movies. It's like even reflecting on relationships that you have with people, how you deal with people, how you consume anything. You'll probably find yourself very stagnated. That's why they say mindless consume is bad. If that makes you uncomfortable, my boy, then maybe it's time for some self-reflection. Put the vape down. It's time to put the vape down. And I was thinking about something in the shower because the relevancy being EDC just happened, and I saw this TikTok, or was it an Instagram? I think no, it was an Instagram short, TikTok, whatever, and it was like, what people think peer pressure looks like. Do you want some Molly? Do you want some drugs? And you say no, and they're like, you sure? And you say no, and then they said what peer pressure actually looks like is, you want some drugs? Oh no, I'm good, I don't do those. And then they say, oh, it's just, we're all gonna be taking it and it's gonna feel like really good because you kind of experience the music in a totally different way, and if you don't take it, like, you're not gonna be on the same frequency and vibe as us, but if you don't want to do it, that's okay, like, I totally get it if you don't want to do it. And that's what peer pressure actually looks like. And that made me think of this other thing that I read, is people who regularly engage in these kinds of drugs, they fuck up, they fry their brains because they can't, or like they rely on that kind of easy happy chemicals that they no longer feel satisfaction in doing regular grinding day-to-day things. So for example, if I would love to hear the input from any weed heads in the chat, is if you smoke weed as a hobby and you smoke weed a lot, you get content with being bored, because instead of spending that extra time working on a hobby, reading something, you're just like, okay, well, I'm gonna smoke weed and feel happy and just chill out and not like do anything. And then you get used to doing that, so you're never using the extra time to like build a skill, watch a movie, like, I don't know, deep dive into something that might interest you because you're happy or like okay with being bored, because you're already you're being rewarded with the happy chemicals by doing a substance. So when we do the substances regularly, you end up just being like a deadbeat trailer park. But then, that being said, I feel like that's kind of different from people who mindfully take drugs, because I'm not against drugs in any way, shape, or form. I think you can be mindful of your drug taking, but it just comes down to the judgment of the person taking it. Is like, for example, someone who likes to smoke a little bit of weed before they like do a little bit of writing or they do some creative work or whatever. Like, that's totally understandable. But people who fall in the first category of like doing drugs because they want to be okay with being bored, to me, that is a huge, huge red flag. Because they're just like deadbeat. Does pooping count as a creative output? Well, are you pooping in nice shapes? There's a way to be yeah, and I think that, like, obviously I'm not talking about people that like smoke weed once a week or like smoke weed a couple times a month because they just want to relax and watch movies. I'm talking about people that do it regularly, because I dated someone who would smoke and get really high, like a lot, to the point that the apartment would always smell. Like, I'd walk out of my room, immediately smell it, and I'd be like, oh, like, you're high again. And then it made sense with that kind of like deadbeat fried brain lifestyle that I thought at the time, I just kind of was like, oh, well, you know, I want to be the cool girlfriend. I'm not going to like say anything about it, even though it's not my thing. And like, that's how you've always lived. So I'm just going to be like, okay, that's your thing. Like, I'm totally okay with, I think it's, you know, kind of fun to sit back, do a little bit of weed like once a week or whatever at most. But to always do that when you're bored, you end up just being content with doing nothing, because you're just like, why should I ever train a skill and feel happy that I made some progress in doing something because I could just go to a music festival and pop some drugs every weekend? So I don't know if I'm just being a boomer about it, but I think it's not, I don't think it's like inaccurate for me. Yeah, lifestyle staple, exactly. Yeah, a lifestyle staple is what I think separates from people who just do it mindfully and casually versus people that like constantly do it. So that's why I don't think it's boomer for me to assume that if I know that you always do drugs, you always go to those events, and you always smoke, you're probably a bum. I think you're a bum. The stoner stereotype didn't come out of nowhere, that's true. But I'm like, because I'm super straight edge, I wasn't sure if I was being biased. That's why they say use in moderation. Straight edge, it means you don't do drugs, you don't drink, you don't do anything. I don't do anything. I can't drink. Weed is just whatever to me. I think it might be fun to blaze, like, and watch a stupid movie. I bit my tongue earlier and it really hurts. But I don't even smoke because I don't like the feeling in my mouth. Thanks, Blade. Who? Ow. Yeah, in moderation. I think, I mean, my friend was also telling me about this, that she had a friend who goes to music festivals a lot and like do a lot of drugs. And she said that her friend mentioned that she doesn't really feel anything just doing every day-to-day stuff because everything just feels so moderate and actually low relative to the drugs. It's like if you, let's say this is your, I remember my English teacher in high school talking about this, but not in the context of drugs. Let's say like this is your happiness meter, and then when you take drugs, like this is super duper happy. And when you take drugs, you're like over here. And then everything that's in this section or like this section is just daph. Because you're used to this. So you get desensitized to what's actually supposed to be normally happy. So when you don't feel anything here, you have to keep doing the thing that gets you there. Yeah, people think the video of the small bird jumping, yeah, but I think when people watch that, and the same thought that I had when I saw that bird like sipping the thing and jumping, is like, oh, that's a metaphor for heroin. That's a metaphor for meth or hard drugs.
Daph.
No, that applies to weed, that applies to common party drugs like Molly and stuff. That applies to like things that people don't want to admit that are frying their receptors. I think Sky Kuhn. It's just, I don't think I can ever agree with that lifestyle. It's not for me. What is, I don't know, sugar? Oh, like regular sugar, yeah. When you know, when you don't eat a lot of sweet foods or desserts for a long time, and then you try something that you see, it tastes so sweet. It's like insanely sweet. Do I drink a lot of caffeine? I wouldn't say a lot, but I do take caffeine regularly before stream so I don't get tired. And actually, the physical, actual like headache withdrawals you get from it sucks. A lot of festival crowd also just doesn't know how to express emotions, so Molly allows them to. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing is like, if you never do drugs and you go to a music festival and you really enjoy the music without the drugs, then you're kind of vibing. But then when you start taking drugs, that expectation, like the ceiling of your happiness, of dopamine or whatever, is raised so high that you probably wouldn't enjoy it without drugs anymore because you don't know how. And that's the point I was trying to make. Yeah, like needing alcohol to have fun or whatever. Charlie XCX shade. Drugs, 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 drugs. Not for me. I think I'm talking, I think that it's a serious concern though, but if people want to continue frying their brain, I'm not lecturing them about it. If I have a friend who does it a lot, I'm not lecturing about it. But then I will start to notice that there are some things that you tell them and they don't seem to be able to process it because their brain is literally damaged. Like they literally have brain damage. Quinn, if you ever tried any kind of fun drugs, you would die immediately. Brain damage is if you consume it early before your brain develops completely. Yeah, and your brain doesn't finish developing even like into your 30s. And even then, it's fucking up your perception of what is relatively happy. Like, let's say you won a competition, that's 50 happiness, but then doing drugs at a music festival, that's 100 happiness. Now when you win a competition at 50 happiness, that feels way less than 100 because you experienced a 100. Which which honestly, we wouldn't know the actual like literal effects that it has on your brain doing that, even if your brain is developed, but it's like your perception of it has been tainted. Cause I know someone who did a lot of drugs and they had a cat to take care of, like their roommate's cat. And that person, so the roommates had a cat that they needed this person to take care of. The roommates were like, hey, by the way, just letting you know, while we go on this trip for a week, our cat is a little bit sick, so make sure you give him his food like this, or like feed this to them, whatever. And they're like, yeah, I got it. Okay, sure, whatever. And then like 3 or 4 days into taking care of the cat, they're like, hey, I think your cat's like not super well. I think he might be kind of sick. And then the roommates were like, yes, we told you that. And they pointed out that that person always seemed kind of loopy. They always seemed like they weren't really there. Like you would tell them stuff and it would just go out one ear and out the other because they were like doing drugs every week. They were just gone. Katie, okay? I don't know. Some people are like that without drugs, yeah. But then, I think the context was like, they seemed to get worse when they started doing a lot, like going to a lot more music festivals and stuff. And then they were like, yeah, they seemed really just not there a lot. They were loopy. Yeah, lights on, no one is home. I mean, hearing damage at those music festivals is another thing. You went to one, never again? Yeah, I think I went to Head in the Clouds. That's where I met Jay, and I thought it was just okay. It was really loud. I didn't like the loudness of it. And I do remember seeing some other people, like some mutuals there, and they're like, sorry, I'm really high right now. And I was like, ooh, I just got the ick. No, thank you. I'm not really into that. It's not for me. Sorry, I'm like so high right now. Ooh, I'm okay. I'm a bit of a, what's the word? I don't know. I don't know what the word for that is. Even the club that one time, oh yeah. At TwitchCon. Ever done psychedelics? No. I've only had weed and alcohol. I remember also getting ick one time because one of my exes was like, yeah, and then we did cocaine at that ball, and then I was like, you did cocaine? And this was when we were still together. Like, that happened like a few months before, like we were still together or whatever. And it was referring, and I was like, ew. I mean, I got the ick because one, I thought you would tell me when it did happen, and two, you just kind of like said it like it was so nonchalant. Maybe I'm just a prude when it comes to that, but I was kind of like icked out. That you're referring to something that you did months ago, and you didn't tell me when it happened because you knew that I would get the ick, maybe? I'm like, no thank you. They 100% didn't want to tell me. Yeah, I know. But I would have appreciated it. I think most people, A lot of people that I'm friends with don't do that kind of stuff, though. I'm friends with people that are very similar to me in that kind of stuff. Or like, I don't really hang out with people that do that. The big lifestyle difference. I think it's really hard to get along if it is like someone you're dating or whatever, or even like a really close friend and they're really into that. It's hard to have it's hard to have that in common, I guess. Or like you just don't really connect over that. Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like I'm definitely a prude when it comes to this shit. But like if you want to do it, that's cool. I will be a little bit icky towards you. Is it code word for cringe? It's like the new slang for like something that kind of grosses you out a little bit. Something you don't like. It's not a red flag, but it's more like a it's like a pink flag. Yeah, turn off. But you would mostly use turn off to refer to a potential partner or date or something. Yeah, I think X came from dating coding. Cocaine or meth? I think meth is way worse than cocaine, but cocaine is also pretty bad. Yeah, meth is like poor man's cocaine. That's like crackhead shit. Yeah, I do. It's not that I'm against drug use, and I do think you can do it responsibly, but I would say that a lot of people don't. Because they don't know what what they think is responsible is different for everyone. I think getting high every day, like getting fucking blazed every single day is gross. But some people think it's like, oh, that's nothing. Like, weed is just whatever, man. You know, the real shit, that would be cocaine. At least I'm not doing cocaine every day. And I'm like, you're fucking doing giga bong weed every day. That's weird. Is it better than smoking packs of cigarette every day? Well, the reason that I wouldn't like someone smoking packs of cigarette every day is because they smell like shit. Sounds on vaping, I think it's very unattractive. But I don't really care. I don't think it's a... Like, if I have a friend who vapes regularly, I don't really care. Because, I mean, I think doesn't also depend what you vape. Like, you can vape weed, you can vape tobacco, you can vape nicotine. Tobacco. I just think vaping looks really stupid. It just reminds me of TikTok broccoli heads. It just looks so dumb. Ugh. Oh, weed vape is a pen? Oh. Yeah, I'm alright. Unfortunately, smoking cigarettes does look cool, and it's because of so many years of normalized smoking and the aesthetics around it. Collabing with cigarettes. Will you stop vaping? Listen. Why do you care what I think? Because honestly, you shouldn't give a fuck what I think. Vape if you want. Cigarettes are expensive, man. Are you sure you want to be buying that shit on the regular? Pokemon today, then Cyberpunk tomorrow. Daph walk. Time to launch some more in the sun. Did Gina 2 survive, but I made up some new rules because I wanted to play for Gen 2 specifically. I'm gonna replace my roster with Gen 2 Pokemon. Gina 2 is alive. Oh, the Gengar Shadow Ball massacre of 2025. Oh god. Yeah, unfortunately you don't see a lot of them until like really late game or something. Me and John are gonna go to a Pokemon convention this year for the first time. I think John will probably really like it. And then I need to brush up on my Pokemon so I can know what the fuck Lupshido is. So when John goes like, oh my god, that's Gluff Shitto, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's the water type, right? Yeah. Oh my god, Glup Shitto, my favorite. I watched Star Wars for the first time. Chronologically, the first one. And I was like, I've never seen any Star Wars in my life. Like, I don't know anything about Star Wars except for things through memes. So the only Star Wars knowledge I have is I am your father. Something about fucking a sister. I kept getting Luke and Anakin confused because I thought they were the same person. And then, hello there, General Juan Kenobi. Why are there purple lightsabers? Apparently only that guy wanted it. And then, it's over, I have the high ground. That hasn't happened yet because that's 4, 5, 6. Cerveza Cristo. And I thought that movie was so funny because, so chronologically it's the first one, right? We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then maybe watch Andor. So the first movie, I was like, there's a fucking potential war brewing, and this guy is off doing Mario Kart side quests, and the guys are calling from the starship going like, hey, we're limited on time, by the way. Like, we really need to hurry. And then he responds and said, yeah, we're running out of time. That's one thing for sure. And then he's like, yeah, we'll go do the pod racing tomorrow. and then he puts he starts betting the mom's ownership. Like, he doesn't even own the mom. He almost bet the mom away as a slave. And I'm like, you're a Jedi. What the fuck? You can't just, yeah, he was actually fucking around. It was so funny. Great movie. I enjoyed it. It was really funny. I have to pee. It was weird. It was so entertaining. And then it was fucking hilarious that it was just like, cause he was just some 5-year-old kid and then he joins the race. And this is just a 5-year-old human boy. And then he like pilots the ship during the war at the end. Bro. Damn, he's him. It was kind of funny. And then he said, yippee! He literally said, yippee! Like multiple times in the movie. I thought it was funny. Yippee! And then Darth Maul was really fucking cool. And then you're not supposed to know General Palpatine is evil. Like chronologically speaking. But unfortunately, the movie in the very beginning, the hooded figure talks to the Trade Federation, right? And then it said in the subtitles, Palpatine, : we must make them sign the treaty. And then I was like, oh, that's Palpatine. Well, fuck. I wasn't supposed to know that. But I mean, I do know Palpatine is evil because of memes. And he goes, ironic. And then another funny part was, I was like, am I racist or does Padme and the Queen look exactly the same? And then turns out it was the same actress. And then I was like, why did they have her play this 2 different characters? That's kind of weird. And then turns out it was like, it was a clone or whatever. Yeah, it was a decoy. But before they revealed that, I was like, why the fuck did they make her play 2 characters that look exactly the same? And then what purpose does Jar Jar Binks even serve? That guy is just there jacking off. It was? Was she in the makeup? No, it was it was two Natalie Portmans. Yeah, it wasn't Keira Knightley. It was Natalie Portman playing two characters. Oh wait, it's not. They just look exactly the same. Okay, I am racist. Bro, I was like, does she... Is this not the same person? And then I got so confused. But then to be fair, they did want you to think, they did want you to get confused there. Yeah, that was the point. That's true. Not beating the allegation. Well, they were supposed to fool you. But the queen's outfit served massive con. And then another thing is, did you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen it recently, but if you watch it again, there's just like, so Jar Jar Binks has to be some like, it sounds like he's like vaguely Jamaican accent. And then the Trade Federation aliens are like vaguely Asian accent. And then the shopkeeper guy was like vaguely Spanish. And I was like, what is George Lucas is cooking something. It was so, he was like, they like played of that stereotype. They're all aliens. Yeah, I think he was just using those accents as a way to make like quick, easy alien accents. Thanks, Nuzuka. Well, apparently he was really into samurai films. Yeah, I only watched the Phantom Menace so far. I gotta watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Andor. What alien accent would I come with? Probably like. Those accents were crazy though. Your arm, I need to shrink this. I'll do that later. I color this first. Yeah, I've never consumed any Star Wars in my life. The sand meme? I actually do know that because he says he hates sand, but then it's because it reminds him of his childhood home and him missing his mom and how he was raised and taken away from her and then raised, and then he betrayed the thing that he came to come up with. I mean, technically I'm not supposed to know that he's evil yet. You're expected to know, but then, I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, when they came with these, didn't people already know the big twist? But maybe not for kids that just grew up on 1, 2, 3, because the internet wasn't as widespread and memes. Where's the Shadow Kid? Yeah, have seen that. Episode 1 is the worst, it's only up from there. I thought it was so funny. My favorite part was definitely when they're like, dude, there's a fucking war that's about to happen. We need to hurry up and get the ship there so we can go negotiate. Meanwhile, and then Qui-Gon is just fucking playing Mario Kart and going like, hey, yeah. And just taking his fucking sweet ass time. It was awesome. Yeah, John said people didn't like 2. Some people really don't like 2. And Darth Maul looked cool. I was like, oh my god, it's a Dremora. Yeah, Darth Maul with a Giga Chad. Rogue One, I don't know all that. I think I'm just gonna watch the basic foundation first. Because I don't know what all this spin on. And then there's like that one girl that people don't really like because she's a Mary Sue. And they just made her Ichigo from Bleach. It's like, oh, actually, she's just a Giga bloodline chosen one of hell. The Giga chosen one of hell. And the guy with the pants? Yeah, person who only like vaguely knows Star Wars from memes. The guy with the really high-waisted pants that's standing there. And then people make him really wide. A girl who only vaguely knows Star Wars. Kylo Ren, I think. Yeah, Kylo Ren meme. Oh yeah, and then the droids. I know people meme about Stormtrooper aim, but then the droids, even in the first movie, are like, doink, doink, donk, dink. Fucking shooting nothing. He was cooking. And then John told me that people hate Jar Jar Binks so much that they have a conspiracy that Jar Jar Binks is actually a Sith Lord meant to weaponize incompetence to get in the way. And there's like 10-page essays on that. Darth Jar Jar. They hated Jar Jar. The actor for Jar Jar almost killed himself. Wait, from harassment from fans of the film? Really? Well, that's so sad. Oh my god. The kid who played Annie also quit acting over episode 1? Wait, why? That movie that I just watched? He didn't even do anything. They hated him. Why? He was just a kid. His acting was wooden. Yeah, okay, I thought he had just typical kid acting. He was just like reciting lines. He has a family history of schizophrenia. Oh, that's fucking sad. If you're harassing actors, there's something deeply wrong with you. Also, they harass all the women of color in the new movies. Aren't they also mad because the bad guys did a rape, or like it's implied that the bad guys had a rape scene, and then they're like, why did the bad guys have a rape scene? Those aren't the bad guys. But then it's like, oh, but I'm gonna like, I know there's like genocide happening, but you know, that's fine. They're not. Wow, Star Wars fans or something, huh? These are the people buying the $500 Disney lightsaber. Why did they think Leia was dressed like that in the first? Oh yeah, I haven't seen the sex slave thing. Well, she was just dressed like that because that was just the fashion. There's definitely no subtext there or any implication. It was just that was just the haute couture. Yeah, Jabba's into fashion. George Lucas told Carrie she couldn't wear a bra because they didn't have bras in space. That's funny. But that's not really the point, though. Is like even with her insisting that, obviously I haven't seen it yet. But she's a slave, a sex slave. Isn't that the implication? I enjoy Star Wars until it tried to force the message that fascism is bad. Yeah. I can't believe they put politics in my Star Wars. Wait, the people that control the trade route strong-arming a democracy into signing a treaty that they don't want because the people voted against it? Wait. What? You're telling me those guys are evil? No way. Oh, we'll see. When I watch the new movies, we'll see how it is. Daph discovers 2000s movies. Oh yeah, I've watched all the old Spider-Man movies for the first time last month. Mary Jane Watson. Oh jeez. That's a stinker. Absolute stinker of a lady. Out am I? Spider-Man 1 and 2 are the worst movies you saw. They're fucking hilarious. Thanks, Louis Stein. You can't take these old movies seriously. They were really funny. Especially when you watch them like 30 years later. Well, I like the Sam Raimi movies more than the Andrew Garfield ones because I thought they were more campy and funny. And the action scenes were really well done, especially the skateboarding James Franco scene. Where he becomes a Green Goblin on his little skate hoverboard. That shit was crazy. They didn't really have, it wasn't, the action scenes weren't as good in the Garfield ones. But then the Andrew Garfield one made me laugh out loud a few times because it was such a product of its era. They had the weird dubstep music. They had like Mumford and Sons playing during one of his like when he was assembling something, and I was like, holy fuck, this is the most 2010s thing ever. Well, I don't remember if it was specifically Mumford and Sons, but it was, they played it's a song that was in that genre when he was like putting together some kind of tech in his room. But also the villains in the Raimi ones just had so much aura. Because the Doc Ock actor and William Dafoe were so good. They were insane. Yeah, Alfred Molina, that guy was cracked. And then I think that Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, they kind of made him a Chad. What's up, Void, my boy? He was kind of like a skater boy Chad. Ray Dit's my boy? I finished Severance, Ray. It was pretty good. Yeah, I want to rewatch the Tom Holland Spider-Man also. All those ones. Was season 2 finale not a 10-10? Okay, I wouldn't say it's a 10-10. No, I would not say it's a 10-10. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I saw that coming from a mile away. I did think Severance season 1 was better. I agree. Who do I like, Gemma or Helly? Well, I do like Helly, but it's not that I don't like. I think the Office Helly is cool. I think she's just like very good character. Gemma's just kind of designated wife. She's also serving cunt. But I don't really like the shipping of the pair of them together because I don't really like Mark that much. Mark is just kind of like, whatever, man. Yeah, so I ship Helly and Gemma, exactly. Combo between him and any pissy guy. Yeah, he literally goes like he's a fucking child, and he is. I think my favorite character is Dylan G, Office Dylan G, and yeah, I think he's my favorite actually. He's funny. Devour feculence. The whole commentary on office culture was very good. I don't even hate Milchick. I think the scene that actually pissed me off the most was I mean, I knew why they did it. If you don't want spoilers, turn your ears off right now. Is when the sister came in while Mark was kind of like comatose because Ray Gabi just like integrated him, and then he kind of got he just fell over, and then the sister finds out and is like, oh my god, we have to call Miss Cobell, like right now. And I knew it was because they needed some way to bring Cobell into the picture again, but I was like, okay, she sounds so stupid here. Like, she just sounds like a fucking moron. Why would you randomly want to call her? That part did piss me off, but I was like, okay, I know why. Because she was supposed to be really smart. No, the sister was really smart. Up until that point, which I thought was a little bit, the reasoning there was a little bit weak. Yeah, they had to bring Cobell back into the story, and that was their way of bringing her in. But I thought that justification was infuriating. That was it, though. Can we unmute it? Yeah. Your friend ever watched the exact same thing? Yeah, that part was a little infuriating.
When are you coming to Brazil?
Thanks, Panats. No, I'm not coming to Brazil. Come to Brazil. We have skooma. Should I talk about Star Wars yet? Yeah. I did. Hello, Hune. Oh my god, I was telling Hune about the Gengar Shadow Ball Massacre of 2025. Oh, jeez. And then I had to use all my reserves. Yeah, they got gouged. I guess that's the fun part about my playthrough, is because I know fucking jack shit about Pokemon. Everything can be going really well until I just forget a type advantage and then just die, or just misclick. And then I was like, oh, there it goes. Bye bye, it's a coin flip. I guess it's like, would you rather watch... Would you be more entertained by watching some guy balls only playthrough, no hit run, speed run, all from software games, or watch someone play Elden Ring for the first time who's never played any... Balls playthrough only. Blind pussy ball test. Penelope? What the fuck is Penelope? I mean, Nelbert ended up clutching, but then unfortunately by the Gen 2 clause, he now has to be benched. Who the fuck is Penelope? The Poliwag? Oh. Bye, Penelope. Bye. No, I don't remember their names. Death is a natural part of life. How did I lose Gina? Oh, jeez. So I kind of, like, didn't know that because it's water flying that makes it 4 times weak to electric. So Gina fell over. Bye-bye, Gina. Famous last words. I don't think it's gonna one-shot. Bye-bye, Gina. There she goes. Bye-bye, Gina. Well, I'm knowledge gapped. I'm very severely knowledge gapped. Like, very, very severely. But I guess that's the fun in it. Did I get Verso's consent to draw him? No. Now he lives forever in my drawing. Bye-bye. Get fucked, Verso. I will not unpaint him. Honey, it's time to delete your Sims account. Or determination. You are filled with determination. Your Audi is filled with determination. Dude, I bit my tongue so hard earlier today that you ever chew a piece of meat and spit it out and it's like all raggedy and jagged? Yeah, that's what happened to the side of my tongue. I looked at it in the mirror because I was curious at the damage and it was like, I mean, I can draw it. So this is your normal tongue, right? And then I looked at the tongue and it was like, just like flaps of it, like that. Youch! But it's okay. It's just a little sore. I had a popsicle earlier and it felt nice just putting the ice on it. The brown sugar boba popsicles. While my recent drawings look like John, that's because John is an extremely attractive, hot man with facial hair and 5 o'clock shadow. And I'm pretty sure that they just modeled these characters off of John. But then I do find that every time I date someone, I subconsciously really like characters that look like them. That being said, I could never date a guy with tits smaller than me. If John dies tragically in an accident. I need the pillows. When I lay on John's lap and we watch a movie and I look up at him, this is my view. No, this is PAX. Shout out man titties. Hector. Look at me, Hector. Ding 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 ding. John Big Naturals. Any Pokemon today? Yeah, I just want to do some drawing also. I'll color this part. Yeah. Dude, what the fuck did they do to the art category thumbnail? It looks like asshole. I don't like it. It looks like fucking, it looks very millennial. Looks like a millennial designed it. Derogatory. Very derogatory. Millennial office humor. This is Stardew Valley music. I mean, I think Twitch staff is in general very millennial. Like Twitch, I wouldn't say Twitch culture because that's too vague, but just like Twitch, the staff wise, is the company is very millennial. Billiards in the office. Yeah. Aren't all tech companies? It makes sense. It does make complete sense. Yeah, because they're all in their 30s now working. Makes perfect sense. Millennials made the internet what it is today. I mean, they did. You end up with like motivational posters and the memes that have the background that look like this. They don't do those anymore. Like, keep calm and carry on. Impact font. You can tell it's I have noticed that in because of shorts, maybe because of their short nature, pun intended, of short form content, they evolve so fast and you can tell which one's made by millennial, which one's by Gen Z. So Gen Z would have this song. Oh god, what is it? The song that goes like and then millennial would be like some puppy video, but then they play some stupid music in the back. The someone has to know what I'm talking about. Yes, this one. Thank you. Thank you for the first time chatter. That guy had his moment. That's what I was talking about. So this is Gen Z. And then millennial would be like, there's a video of a puppy getting rescued, and then they play something like this.
People fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me.
Puppy stray rescue video. Millennial editing. And then Gen Z would be like burning wizard daily. This is burning wizard daily. Willy 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 willy. What the fuck is Gen X? Is that after Z? Oh, it's before millennial. Wait. What? Gen X. Oh, so they're even older. Okay, they're watching and this is what Gen X is watching. But then This is where it gets complicated because this is also hilarious to Gen Z. So they will edit this and put like the lion meme or something. But then Gen X will consume this in a unironic, very serious manner. Beautiful work of somebody not looking on the outside but looking on the inside and seeing what kind of person they really are. This person's name is Helen Coel 130. That's because they're actually 130 years old. Assuming they're even real. Has anyone seen this episode?
YOUCANT speed R sub again.
Thanks, Rudy. Or are they're the ones with the lead? Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and we have microplastics. We were just talking yesterday about theorizing whether or not microplastics will lead to infertility. Because they're in the balls. They're making their way there. Dun, 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 dun. I think for a fact that they couldn't find a control group, yeah. Yippee! And it's in the ovaries. I would assume that it's everywhere. If it's in your blood, it's gonna be everywhere. Do you love me? I don't even know the lyrics. I just hear Blame John. He's the one that showed that. Those kind of edits to me. Guarded down the window, then she sucked me off. That lifestyle song where he goes, what? I don't know that one. Oh yeah. Love and Deep Space people, I got 3 Zane legendaries and 30 pulls with my leftover gems. That was fucking hype. So I got his myth and then an extra side one. I got really lucky. Very nice. Did I swipe? Not for this one. I swiped for the previous one though, so I had some extra gems. But you know those fucking cosmetics that they keep selling for $10? I never buy cosmetics. Especially in that game? What the who fucking buys that shit? I'm not buying no. Stupid as hell. I'll swipe for banners, but not for the outfits. Cosmetic for your boys or the character? Both. I'm not swiping for outfits. For either. You guys are not getting drip. Yeah, I'm not paying real money for cosmetic, Love and Deep Space stuff. No. No drip? No. What am I talking about? Don't worry about it. This should go this way instead. Where did it? Oops. I keep accidentally biting into my bit of tongue. Ouch. Go. Ouch. Ready. Ew. Ding Lumiere. Dum da dee doo da dum ba dee doo da. Yeah. I assume it looks like this. I never fought Simon. I wish they made some of the optional stuff non-optional. Monoko's supposed to be a dog. That's why he's so beloved. And that's why he cuddles with Verso. They zone out. Puppy fucked. I don't even know how much I have of Soul Silver left. I guess not having to grind that much speeds it up. I guess the Sinister 6 and then the like post badge game, I'm not sure. This depends how much I die. What did I finish? I don't know. 6 badges? 7? I need to go get Wooper. Cause I'm gonna make a team of only Gen 2 Pokemon. What's the new rules? What about Snubble? Snubble has a 1% spawn rate, mate. Me not knowing. About that one. I did try to look for him, but then someone mentioned the spawn rate on the route that Gina died was like 1%. I was like, nah. Watch me do this 100 times. When you try, you create stickmen. That's because you suck. Oh, that helps. Don't dwell obscure. When I watch Shroud, I also actually get really good at aiming. Impressed? Turtleneck? Kind of? What is with the art categories? I described it as being very millennial corporate. It grows. I mean, the old one wasn't very nice either. I don't know. It's fugly. Why corporate? Because Twitch is very corpo. I put a bad tangent. Yeah, rent was due when he sang this. What's he singing about? French things? I'd assume? When I went to French Polynesia, there are baguettes everywhere. Like, I shit you not, people walking out of grocery stores with a brown paper bag with the baguette sticking out. Like, everywhere. It's not... It is actually what they do. There's so many baguette. It was awesome. Not an exaggeration. Did I get baguette? Yeah, they had baguette in their morning breakfast. Had some baguette. An antique neoclassical frame isn't very corporate. So when someone calls something a meme, do you go like, well, the formal definition of a meme is actually this, and I actually do not see the subculture represented in this thing that you call a meme. So therefore, I find your classification of this sub-specific thing rather incorrect. Sips latte, sips Starbucks. Corporate not meaning that the thing looks corporate. It looks like it was made and approved by corporate people that are like, that's a really good one. Great graphic design, Jenkins. Let's put that up. I think the Twitch viewers will definitely think this is a hit. That's what I mean by it looks corporate. Yeah, corporate idea of what a thumbnail is. Not literally corporate, you dense fuck. Because Twitch is very... Oof. They do that. What if I'm bald? Yeah, the analytics suggest that this. Love this! Kudos! I love hearing John's corporate stories. And Mo's. You're a rock star. Isn't the whole Severance mockery on corporate? Yes. They had a lot of layers of corporate mockery. Right down to like the religion, Kier, people making corporate their whole lives, their Irvings. The clocking in and out. Even the entire Severance thing. So I was like, the guy who made it, Ben Stiller, he's got some fucking stories to tell. Like, he's definitely gone through some shit to come up with that. Ben Stiller, he directed a lot of it. And he's the main director. He's Zoolander. It's kind of cool. What is Jungian? Jungian. Oh, conscious and unconscious minds. Like two, or not two, but like splits of self. Pokemon Red Flag list. Charizard, Gengar, Gyarados, Mewtwo, Rayquaza, Bidoof? Wait, why Bidoof? Why Bidoof? No, next caller. Didn't they just pick all the really popular ones? Really popular ones like Charizard, Gengar, or whatever. My favorite is when people like the really fucking weird ones that nobody gives a shit about. Like that one kid that loves Pidove. That is just pure love. It's an infatuation so pure we need to harvest that energy. Oh yeah, she has things on her arm. I'll have that later. I like Alola Ninetales because it looks cunty. Ah, I keep accidentally biting the fucking same spot again. Ouch! Wait, I'm guessing this is where it says 33. Pokemon with fly? Surf Pikachu? There's a surfing Pikachu. And a Pikachu with a balloon that can fly. I don't remember if I put my side up cards in the sleeves. Dim dim da 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 dim dim da 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 dim da di dum. I think my favorite song out of Clair Obscur is Alicia. That guy singing his pussy off, yeah, that was kind of crazy style. Clair obscur de Bordeaux,
Clair obscur, trouble de rature, trouvera Eiffel. Clair obscur, guardé aux peintures, trouvera sans
What's Monoko's theme? Monoko theme. Monoko. Oh shit, this one! Wait, this is heat! Everybody else is so sad and then they're just woo! Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. The sax guy is fingering the fuck out of his sax. Very dexterous mofos, I agree. What music? Monoko's theme from Expedition 33. I saw I really need them to get nominated for Game of the Year, so they play the orchestra stuff in during the awards show. It will be absolutely heat, my friend. I mean, that's because Monoko was a chill dog. He was a chill dog. Again. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What song? Monoko's theme. You know what's fucked up is you go into YouTube search bar and you're like, ooh, I want to play this game, but I'm not very good at builds. So you type in the search bar, Gustav, and then the first recommended search is Gustav Death. Oh, stinky. Oh, this is the one I said sounded like that one Silent Hill song. I like this one. This one's Gustav's theme. Ever think of making a game for fun? That's not fun at all. Fuck that. Fuck you. Yeah, I don't think there's a single song in Clear Obscure that I didn't like. They were all really good. Streamers, when they make a game, points to Dr. Dispense. Streamers should make games as much as they should start businesses. 99.8% of the time, don't fucking do it. Starting business as in, I don't mean like selling merch. I mean like trying to do something that you don't actually have a lot of knowledge in, and you're not actually smart enough to figure out the details of it, and then you ended up releasing something or attaching your name to something that you can never take back, and then it gets fucked. Just don't. The doctor made a game? Yeah, he like made something, then he got kicked out of it when the allegations dropped, and then I don't even know.
Dans le silence et la nuit, magie et poésie prennent vie, lueur taciturne, muse des âmes nocturnes. Demi-lune à demi-mot, murmure étant ton manteau, clair-obscur de la nuit, ta sagesse éclaire nos esprits, esquisse dans l'air ta main.
What's this lady singing about?
Source de création, créature de ton imagination. Demi-lune à demi-mot, murmure étant ton manteau, clair-obscur de la nuit, ta sagesse éclaire nos esprits. Artiste fébrile, pinceau invisible, trait d'encre indélébile, croissant de rêve, danse blanc où tout s'achève, où tout s'achève. Tandis que la lune se fond dans l'aube, ton cœur se pose dans l'obscurité, dessinée vers l'éternité. Demi-lune à demi-mot, murmure étant ton manteau, clair-obscur
The Baldur's Gate figures, is it the really shittily painted ones that everybody was making fun of? Like, they were fucking diabolical how bad they were painted. Holy shit, it was bad. I saw pictures of it. So nasty. Here's the pictures. I'm pretty sure I have this as a saved post. Here we go. Oh. What the f- They tried? Did they? Did they though? Face is fucking melting. Their first Warhammer mini? Man, John painted our first Warhammer mini and we did so fucking good that the guy was like, this is not your first time painting, is it? Wait, this is so good. Wait, where's Gale? I just noticed that Gale's not in this. He had a really microwaved figurine. Oh yeah, I think the reason Karlach has so much promotional art was because they originally meant for her to be a more content, but she ended up getting cut. They were supposed to make Avernus a whole level. Wig Song, this is CL's. Does Feet Guy have a song? Yeah, it was the super jazzy, snazzy one earlier. Pretty heat. Yeah, they're not making any expansions because Watakasu is so bad to work with, they never want to make another Baldur's Gate ever again. So what I assume is going to happen is they're gonna Watakasuta is gonna find another studio because they definitely want to capitalize off the Baldur's Gate success, and they're gonna make a very mid game. This was Monoko's theme. This screenshot is too bad. I meant persona ass music. Do you not know current lingo? You know when you describe something as like, this is a nice ass house. I think this was an XCKD comic. It was like, instead of you put the dash here, you put it here. This is a nice ass house, or this is a nice ass song. You put the dash there, and it's an ass song. 4K 360 of the tech characters? Oh my goodness. I just need their outfits.
Alors tranchons la trame, découle la sinistre esquisse. Sors et fuis.
It's fine, I just need screenshots.
Cette toile d'une fausse vie. Portrait rêvé, imparfait, chaîne de ta liberté.
Told you they have big ass heads. They hated me for speaking the truth. They rejected her for she spoke the truth. Big ass heads. Or big ass heads. I still think the saddest cutscene in Clair Obscur was the first one, the Gamage. Because the petals were so pretty. I don't give a shit. Can't even ignore someone in peace. They said something weird yesterday? Alright, let's just change that to a ban then. I'm not even gonna check. Nah. Well, since 2023, that's nothing. I also don't really give a shit. I've banned like 5-year subs for less. Fuck off. You're telling me, I mean, you guys have definitely been to some streams where there were some like nasty creatures that kind of take over the vibe of the chat, but then you know the streamer or mods don't really want to ban them because they've been a long-time supporter or they're a big donator or big gifter or something. Yeah. No thanks. No. Yeah, chat micro celebrities that like take it a little too to heart. They went hard on everything. So good. Game of the Year predictions? Well, Snake Eater and Ghost of Yote hasn't come out. Yeah, I mean, and also those people, because they're so creepy, like those chat micro celebrities, because they're so creepy, they end up actually making actual chill people not want to hang out. So then you end up fostering a community of people exactly like that micro celebrity guy, because the actual chill people who aren't weird don't even want to type because they just get harassed or they don't like the vibe. Congratulations! It's gross. Taking up all the fucking oxygen in the room, yeah. You disgust me! I am fucking pissed! Where the fuck are you? Where you at? What's a chat micro celebrity? I think that's we are now using that term specifically to refer to people who will go out of their way to establish a reputation for themselves in a streamer's chat by constantly donating and gifting subs, and usually buying some kind of monetary tether to the streamers so that they have a pressure to not get banned for being weird by their mods or the streamer because they have donated so much. So they leverage that power to progressively get more and more weird. Yeah, you kind of see how that develops is usually they'll like donate more and more, and as they donate more and more and become more established in the community, they start to say things that normal chatters would not be able to get away with saying. So for example, they say shit like, why is she so dog shit at the game, lol, and like kind of under the guise of it going like, well, I'm kind of doing friendly banter, but then it's kind of a weird friendly banter because it's pretty one-sided, and then you just kind of like let it slide even though you wouldn't let it slide if it was a normal chatter that didn't donate as much. Or they'll start going like, hey, can you stop playing this and play this instead? Hey, I'm not really vibing with this, and they actually start like exerting control over the stream and the streamer personality. Yeah, very specific kind of a very specific kind of a micro celebrity chatter. Yeah, that's what John does to Mo. Micro celebrity chatters. No, no, no. No, thank you. Keep biting my tongue. Why do you please asking play this instead? Yeah, but it's also the specific of it of micro celebrity is they are leveraging their gifted subs and donations to say things that they wouldn't otherwise normally say because they know they have the graces of the streamer and the moderators to get away with it. They're like limit testing. I'm playing more Pokemon later. Pikachu. I need to get a Wooper though. No, play Cyberpunk. Grabs bag of money. Okay. Thank you. Some guy donated. Oh yeah, I remember some guy donated $50 to me once. This was before I took down donations. A few years ago. They donated $50 and they're like, I'll give you another 50 if you shave your head. I said no. Then they tried to hit a refund on the $50. I disputed it and they didn't get it back. Nice try. I don't even need the $50. It's about sending a message. How do you refute it? If you have a... Well, I've never failed a dispute before because usually what you have to do is send the VOD timestamp of the donation, show your page, your Twitch page, and then show the clause in your donation page that says this is a donation and that donations are gifts, and then you accept that, and then you have the timestamp or a clip of it, send it, put that all in, document it all, and then send it. And then PayPal will 90%, 95% of the time side with the streamer for the donation. Because if you have all the documentation of it being a donation and when it happened on the stream. Pro unethical tip: if you want to bully a streamer with money, do it to small/poor streamers that can't afford to say no. That's literally my unethical life pro tips for people that want to foster a parasocial relationship. No, you can't be doing that shit with the big streamers because they get too much money, so they don't care. You gotta go to the smaller streams, start donating $10 every day, you know, or like donate 100 and then start going like, my wife just left me, my girlfriend left me, I'm so sad, and then, you know, they can't ban you or turn you away because you're giving them so much money. Dog died, cat died. Unethical life pro tips. I think Stormbang. Oh, is it the Pussy song? Yeah, it is. I think Stormbang. Main rendering brush, yeah. I just use this and airbrush mostly. Then if I need texture, I'll just go find some texture brushes. I don't use that many. I think Seal has green eyes, I'm pretty sure. What is this? When video game enemies intentionally make it hard for you to parry them.
All right, this ain't looking good, but all I have to do is parry his next attack, and I'm good. So I just gotta lock in, and I got this.
This is well made.
Come on, come on!
He's gonna.
What the hell is that? Man, why is he not swinging? How am I supposed to parry this? Bruh.
I fucking knew it.
Man, this some bullshit. What am I supposed to react to?
Nobody winds up like that, nigga. Come on. Nigga, swing. Goddamn. Oh my God. Can you please telegraph this in a reasonable way? Fuck. All right. You just trying to trip me up, huh? Okay. I'm not letting you trip me up. I'm gonna be patient.
Yeah, I just gotta lock in and just keep my eye fixed on that right arm, right? And then as soon as he start to move,
I knew he was gonna use his other arm.
How was I supposed to parry that? How? How?
I remember there was a move Renor had that always tripped me out. He does like a little spin and then he slashes down. They do that so much in the game. It's funny. What was the YouTuber name? His video. Sylvanus. Usually my strat is I look for a visual indicator right before the attack. So usually that actually doesn't mean, well, if the arm fakes you out, so sometimes I'll see like, oh, their left leg sticks out to the right before they attack. Then I'll look for that if they trick you out. Oops. They have audio cues. Some of the audio cues are bait because it doesn't actually, if you parry right when the audio cues, it's not quite. Because I remember complaining about that. I was like, why is it? It goes ding, but then you actually have to wait half a second after the ding, or because I react too fast. The gray parrying is actually super forgiving, so it's fine. That one's fine. Pokemon time. It's it's exactly memorization. It's all memorization and kind of waiting your turn, but I guess it is a turn, so you don't actually. Well, FromSoft is just waiting your turn. No, the gray thing is a bait. You wait. It's until contact. Yeah, it's not right when it turns gray. A lot of it is you wait, and then unless you learn, you don't need to wait for it. Always wait. Hold! 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 Ah, you got baited. By the feint. Now you're dead. Where me game? It's always later than you expect. I noticed the parry window is always later than you expect. Even when it looks like it's hitting you, it's actually like still a little bit more.